Hello and welcome to this Totara community webinar. Today I'm really delighted to be joined by Miquel, who's the Global Training Manager at Glovo, and Adriana, the Marketing and People Director at Actua Solutions. I'm really excited today to speak to both Miquel and Adriana, as Glovo won Totara's Best Technology and Media Project for 2020. So massive hello and welcome to both Adriana and Miquel today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So just a little bit of background about today's webinar. You're welcome to ask questions in the Q&A. This is a recorded session and it'll be available via the Totara community after today's event, and it'll also be on YouTube. We'll also be able to answer any questions you may have in the community after the event. So Miquel, as a starting point, would you mind explaining who Glovo are and what you specialize in?
Yeah. So, well, the description is already pretty accurate, but so we're actually an on-demand courier service that we are basically providing any kind of service to our users. Yeah? So, for example, you can order food as some of the other apps, but as well we are giving anything that you want. For example, we have a button that it's called anything, so that you can order actually anything that is legal, of course. So for example, if you want some shoes from a Nike shop, let's say, you can order, I want Nike shoes from size 42 from this shop, and we will bring them to you. You can order flowers, you can order groceries, or any kind of thing that you can imagine.
So when you're hiring people, I imagine there's lots of different people all over the world to look after.
Yeah, definitely. So, and actually every country is super different. So as you can imagine, every nationality or every culture is just ordering whatever they imagine.
And is that correct that everything has to be fit on the back of a bicycle or a motorbike, Miquel?
Yeah, so we have a specific measure. So it's 40 by 30 by 30 centimeters. So everything that it can fit on that bag, we can deliver it to you. Sometimes we need to split the order, because sometimes people just go crazy and ask and order a lot of things, but yeah, so we can still split that order into 2 or into 3, so we can bring everything that you want.
Brilliant, thanks, Miquel. And what's your exact role in the organization, Miquel?
So I'm the global training manager in Glovo, and I'm basically responsible for all the customer service training around the globe. So we have call centers in Europe, in Latam, we have call centers in Africa, so almost in Asia as well, I have to say, okay, in Kazakhstan right now. So yeah, and I'm basically coordinating all the training activities.
So what are some of the daily challenges you face for training, Miquel, for people of that many different countries and needs? What are some of your main challenges daily for you personally?
Main challenges for Glovo is that we are a startup, still with a mentality at least of a startup, even though we are starting being pretty big. Our main challenges in training, it's basically that we need to provide training almost every single week to almost 3,000 agents, 3,000 customer service agents in 11 different languages. So that would be actually a very, very big challenge for us. So translating all the training materials, translating all the e-learnings, translating all the videos and so on in 11 different languages, absolutely every single week of the year, sometimes even twice a week.
Brilliant. So before you started with Totara, what were some of your challenges and how were you dealing with the challenges before using Totara Learn?
So we were using another LMS, and it was not as flexible as we needed. Okay, so we needed a platform that we could escalate very, very fast, actually compared to the fast pace that we are growing in Glovo. So just for you to imagine, when I started working in Glovo 2.5 years ago, we were 600 agents. Okay, so we had to escalate to almost 3,000 that we are now. And with the previous platform, we could not do that because it was not as flexible as we needed. So that's why our main challenge for us was to change the platform to something that it was very, very flexible and that can adapt to our fast growing business that we have. And well, finally we found it, but it was pretty complicated, yeah, on the beginning.
Okay, great, thank you. And so it looks like some of the biggest problems as well. Did you have some big bottlenecks, such as reporting or a lack of audience control?
Yeah, so actually, I think that one is linked to the other one. So we had a lot of lack of audience control. So our business is split in three verticals. We have customer service for partners, we have customer service for couriers, and we have customer service for customers. Okay, and with the previous platform, we could not target specific trainings for those customer service agents that were providing support to one customer, to two different customers, or to three different customers. We call customers the users, the partners, and the couriers, because the couriers are actually users of our platform as well. So that was one of the main issues, that we could not target specific trainings, and that was actually impacting our reporting capabilities, let's say, because we could not, we were not able to measure which were the people that needed to do the training, how many people passed, how many people failed, if they had to do the training, if they had not to do the training. And actually with Totara, the audience structure is helping us really a lot, just targeting a specific training for specific audiences. And yeah, that would be one of the best features that you guys have, definitely.
Thanks, Miquel. And so then you found Actua Solutions, and how did you come across Actua?
So, oh yeah, sorry.
I'm going to start, and then please provide more information. So hi to all that are today in this webinar. I wanted to also make this little 2-3 minute speech, because I think that one of the key factors for a company like Glovo to decide to work with us as a partner, one of those key factors is that you are aligned in terms of beliefs and of why the company does what they do. And we are super believers in giving freedom and flexibility to our clients. And I think, as Mickey is saying, this is something that he needed in his tool, but we believe it in general, that we are advocates of empowering our clients for them to be the leaders of their project. So this is something that I'm sure that Mickey is aligned to, and was one of the probably one of the factors that he decided to work with us. Also, another thing that is important is we are partners with worldwide leading solutions. Matt, if you want, you can pass for the next, exactly, there's one more box. So we are partners with Totara, of course, but we're also partners with Articulate, Zoom, and Beyond. And these are solutions that have been key for making his project. For some clients, we deliver bespoke content or a customized content. In Mickey's case, no, he's the leader. He has decided to create all his content and with his team, and they're doing super creative, super innovative e-learning courses with Articulate and Beyond. So this is something also very interesting about this project, because they're leading with their platform, but also with their content. And finally, the last point is our team. A company is the people that work in the company, and we have the most talented professionals in Europe, I'm sure. And we're super committed with our clients, and I think that's something that the clients also perceive. I don't know what you think about that, Mickey.
Yeah, completely, 100%. And one of the best things, it's not only the flexibility of the platform, and which is open source, but as well the support that we are receiving in a weekly basis. Every time that we need to contact with you guys, I think that's key for us, to have that reactiveness whenever we need some help, and all the features that you guys have developed for us, we are really appreciating that as well.
Yeah, that definitely goes into the flexibility that we're talking about. We always say to our clients, the solution has to adapt to your needs and not the other way around. And I think that is one of the key factors that why Actua Solutions. So yeah.
Great. So from meeting Actua and choosing Totara Learn, how long did it take to go from there to launch, Mickey?
So since we are a very, very fast decision-making company, okay, so it took more or less like since we saw Totara and we started making our conversation and so on, until we implemented it, probably it was like 4 or 5 months, more or less. So in 4 or 5 months, we were able to just discuss everything that we needed and upload more than boarded 8,000 questions, more than 500 or 600 courses in 10 different languages. So yeah, that was and it was actually in the middle of the pandemic as well, starting on March, April that we started. So yeah, we did everything on by then, and yeah, that's where we are now.
Great, thanks, Miquel. And also we have here a sort of picture of your site, which looks really attractive as well. One of the things that, sorry,
it looks better now.
one of the things that sticks out to me as well as your gamification here and your use of perhaps MoTrain. Perhaps you'd like to speak about the gamification that you've used on the site and the effects you found for learner engagement for that.
It's actually one of the features as well that we're very, very proud and very happy to have, is that as you can see, there's a Globits. So that's our own currency in Glovo that we invented for the customer service agents. So based on their performance and based on their knowledge test that we are creating after every single course that they complete, automatically they are assigned with X amount of coins, depending the results of the knowledge test and their KPIs. And at the end of the month, they are able to exchange that coins for different prices that every country is setting up. It's not the same attractive prices in Kenya that in Kazakhstan, okay? So in Kazakhstan, they have their own prices, and in Kenya, they have their other ones, and in Romania, there are other ones, and so on. So at the end of the month, the agents are able to exchange that coins for different prices, such as headphones, bikes, toasters in some cases. So yeah, anything that you can imagine.
And did you start the site with this, or was it something you added afterwards?
So first of all, of course, it was setting up the platform. And once we had everything set up, then we started investigating about that. But we started in September. So just for you to imagine, we finished the implementation of Totara in, let's say, June maximum. Okay, we started in March, we finished in June. And then in September, we already started with the gamification. So it was pretty soon.
Okay, so you can't see, for example, a huge increase because it was always a main part of the site as well. So, and for the people taking onboarding, do people get very into it straight away? Do people get a little bit competitive trying to get more prizes, or do people feel quite enthusiastic?
Yeah, so that's actually one of the main fun parts. All the comments that they leave in the platform, and they, hey, but this month I could not earn that much coins because I was on holidays and I could not make that many tests, and I wanted to earn more coins. Now I cannot just place a bid, for example, or I cannot participate in this raffle, or I cannot buy this prize because I was in holidays. So please give me some coins. Or well, there's actually leadership board, which is very interesting, that you can see that the historic of the people that has gained the more and monthly, who is the first and second and third. And yep, there's actually a very, let's say, healthy competition, but sometimes a little bit tough.
That's great. So people just feel super enthused to be onboarded and to start the training, but even more so, they're trying to do it. They're frustrated when they're on holiday.
Yeah. Actually, people sometimes they just want to, I forgot to make this test, or I forgot to do this or that because I wanted to earn some coins. So yeah, sometimes I think that to be honest, we could increase a lot the engagement, even though the platform it's already nice because. One of the main things is that you can personalize it as you wish. So as you can see, the typography, the colors, and everything, it's actually from Glovo. So it's like we have created this platform from Glovo. But at the same time, the gamification, it's actually engaging even more the agents from the very beginning. We are starting in the onboarding using this, and then through all the way, since the agent is starting in production until they decide to leave the company, they are always engaged into this kind of games that we're doing.
Great, thanks, Vicky. Adriana, is there anything you'd like to say about the way the site is personalized here?
Well, Mickey has said it perfectly, and it's really has been a challenge for us because he has been one of the most tough clients, but in a good way. And we're super happy with that platform. We show it a lot when we're demoing to new clients or to prospects because it's a very nice platforms. And it also has this gamification that sometimes people talk about it, but they don't really implement it. And Glovo has definitely done all the duties that they have to be done, right? So creative courses, fantastic platform, super personalized, and also gamification. So I think that it is super important in the success of a project that the manager or the leader is super involved.
That's great. So just moving over to some of your sort of main results, Miguel. And I think, so obviously for something like this, where you're recruiting lots of new people, how does that affect the business performance? Is there a direct link to you seeing Glovo agents working well as a result of their onboarding and their training? Is that linked to the business performance, do you think?
Yeah, 100%, of course. And as I can see here, well, effective training programs across 9 different languages. Now it's outdated already because we opened 2 more countries in the last 2 weeks. So
So it's 11 now. I'm sorry.
Now it's 11. Okay. So now it's Bulgaria and Slovenia as well. Okay. Just for you to know. And well, actually, as you can see here, that we are actually able to onboard so many people in so short periods of time. So that's why I was talking about escalating the platform very fast, because whenever whenever I'm talking about, we are launching a new country, it's not like a process of 6 months that you are involved in. No. Sometimes it's just, hey, all of a sudden in 2 weeks, we're opening a new country. And we have the platform in a way that it's like kind of copy and paste the same structure for everyone, so that you can escalate it that fast that you don't even need to think about that. Once you set up everything, then it's super fast to escalate it, and it's just easy to implement to any different countries. Just for you to know, by the end of the year, we're gonna probably, if everything goes fine, we're gonna be 7 more countries in Glovo. So as you can imagine, now it's almost June, so one country more than one country per month. So that's what Totara is helping us, to escalate that quick. Then you just don't need to do like a big work after you have done the previous.
Yeah, it's great to hear. And those next 2 countries that you're opening in, that you've just opened in, how's that gone? Has that been really quick? And are you seeing lots of agents signing up already to do their onboarding training?
Yeah, super easy. And actually we have for you to know, we have a completion rate of the courses of above 90%, okay, which is, for us, it's extremely a lot. We have a course satisfaction over 4.5, which is actually a lot as well. And the same for the onboarding trainings. We have a very low attrition in training, less than 10%, which is already a lot. I would say it's around 8.9 now for the last month. So yeah, that's how it's helping as well, the platform, this part of engagement.
So if you think
sorry, I definitely have to add that it is a pity that we're not showing an example of the course. I forgot to tell you, because I have seen them and they're great. They're super creative. They do stories and use like these characters, and I think that it has a lot to do with also the success, Mickey. You are really doing a great job in course creation. Yeah.
Learning course, it's the learning team. It's outstanding. They're very good.
So if you wanted to tell anyone listening today, Miguel, sort of how to replicate that sort of success that you're finding with your onboarding experiences and your completion rates, what do you think some of the secrets are there to getting success? Is it some of that gamification, or what else would you say was leading to such high completion rates?
So I would say the look and feel, it's something that for me and my team already knows me, how OCD I am, okay, with these kind of things. Yeah, to be fair, okay, like everything super well organized, everything with an image, as you can see here, the small icons for day 1, day 2, well, and even if you have day 3, day 4, everything looks exactly the same with different icons and so on, but everything has consistency. So I think that's everything. I always talk to them like, please, consistency, use the fonts, use the colors. So that's one part, so that the platform is actually, you can personalize it as you want. So it's actually a global platform. It's not a Totara platform anymore. I'm sorry for that. And apart from that, definitely the talent of the team, that it's designing the e-learning courses, and finally, of course, the gamification, that it's helping us so much, keeping the engagement and the healthy competition between the new agents and the experienced agents as well, that they're using the gamification in onboarding and outside the onboarding as well.
Yeah, so it's a big combination of all those things leading to the success of your platform.
Yeah, 100%. I think that everything it's a plus for making the whole experience successful.
Okay, I've got a little quote from you next, Miguel. So here we go. So So this is a little bit about the freedom to innovate and about being able to be adaptable. And one thing I want to ask you as well, like you mentioned that you launched during COVID-19, and I imagine that would have changed plans a little bit or some of the way you were thinking about working. Did COVID-19 have an effect on you, on the way you launched the platform or on any of the training? And how did that affect you? Because obviously it's been a strange time for everyone last year.
Yeah, so before the COVID-19, our main methodology, it was a blended methodology, okay, which includes e-learnings, videos, and so on, and plus the instructor-led training sessions, okay, which is an instructor inside the training room. After that, I would say that 95% of the courses, if I'm not remembering wrong now, it was basically on e-learning courses, videos, and so on. So that's how it changed that much from before and after. And then during the COVID, of course, we kept that methodology for e-learning. And finally, now we are going back a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit into structured training. I think that even Asians are missing as well the human interaction. So for some small pills, I think it's still interesting to have e-learning course, but for other courses like soft skills courses and so on, sometimes it's just better as well the interaction, the role plays. That is something that you can still not exchange for a e-learning course.
Yeah, that definitely, like human interaction is something that I imagine people really value, and especially with your agents who are obviously working with people all the time, delivering, talking to people. There's very like a lot of human interaction there as well. Okay. And so just from looking at the platform again, Miquel, and if there's things that you think obviously there's lots to be proud of here, but if you could summarize, what are some of the main things you're really proud of creating such an award-winning platform with Actua?
So from Actua, I would say the flexibility that we have and the full support that we are receiving. Another thing that I'm very, very happy is that they were able to develop some specific things that we were needing. Okay, so that's something I really appreciate that, because our business is not a normal business. Okay, so we need a lot, tons of flexibility in a lot of things that we are doing. So that I would say that would be the most of two important things, which is again the flexibility that they are offering us, how they develop things, like for example a new reporting or a new functionality in just 2-3 weeks time sometimes, and as well the full support that we are receiving from them as well. It's perfect.
And
I'm super happy to hear that.
Yeah, but it's true.
And just moving forwards, obviously you're doing lots of new languages. Is there any other things that you'd like to introduce to the system, or things that you'd like to keep improving on? Obviously you said you're really OCD, so I imagine there's plans constantly working in your mind. What would you like to do next with the platform?
So I would say that, well, first of all, I'm kind of surprised because you guys have introduced the H5P technology inside the platform, which is amazing. Okay, it's like kind of I wouldn't say learning, but it's some games that you are offering inside the platform that for us it's amazing, because instead of whenever we need to communicate something to 3,000 agents, instead of sending a flyer or instead of sending a comic or something that the e-learning team designs, we can start doing like interactive quizzes inside the platform and so on. So I would say that has been the perfect thing to add in the platform. If I would add something else, maybe different integrations with Google Meets, or I know that Zoom is already there. So different integrations with other platforms would be something nice to have.
Okay, and H5P is an authoring tool for anyone who hasn't used that before. And it's great, isn't it? Because you can have interactive videos, you can have quizzes, lots of really interesting authoring tool that you can use inside Totara. So that's really, yeah, it's great that you're able to use that. Okay, and so just now we'll say thanks very much for today's webinar, Miquel, and thanks, Adriana. Is there anything you'd both like to add from today's session, or if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask them now.
No, I just wanted to thank Mickey for being here and for his project. We're so happy to have him as a client, to be his partner. And thank you all that are here today listening to our story, to our case study.
For the next one, I will be providing new images because now it's much better than what we showed.
Perfect. Yeah, let's update that. And some of the courses too, I want them to see the courses that you're doing.
Oh, definitely.
So what's the next course that you're working on today, Miquel? Are you going back to working on a new course this afternoon, or what's the next course for you to be working on?
So we are actually doing the golden rules for customer service, okay? Which is e-learning, but they in different stages. So we are going to be showing the agents which are the golden rules for customer service, like empathy and communicate effectively, positive language, and so on. So we'll be delivering that.
Great. So lots of soft skill training as well.
Yeah. So in Glovo, we are very customer oriented. So we actually want to make our agents really proficient and like if it was a career, you know, that to be a customer service agent and not just a work for when I'm studying, you know. So just something that you can develop yourself and do different courses and gain some competencies doing the work. And that's actually the next phase that we have, a very big project that we have in the training team, and let's see how it's going to look like in the future.
Great. Well, okay. So thanks so much today, Miquel. Thanks, Adriana, for attending today's webinar. I don't think we have any questions today. So yeah, if anyone has any questions, though, feel free. You can add them in the community afterwards, and I'm sure we'll be able to answer those. But yeah, it's a really wonderful look at, yeah, obviously an award-winning project. So congratulations again on your award for this year, and hopefully lots of success in the future, and you continue to develop. And soon, obviously, world domination if you keep going up on the countries at the pace you are at the moment.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Miquel. Thank you, Matt, and thank you to all.
Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.